So hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's time for episode 2 of Interview with the Vampire. I can't tell you how happy I am that this show is back. This might be one of my all-time favourite shows ever. I feel like the last episode was the perfect intro to the season. It kind of eased us back in. It was just, between this and Bridgerton, I feel like the dopamine that's been released in my brain is off the charts. I just feel happy. I'm sure that'll change soon. This show destroyed me with season 1. I went from happy to sad to like distraught, hugging a pillow, crying because of a TV show. As always, the more extended version of this goes up over on Patreon. The Patreon videos are like at least double in length to these reactions. They're less edited. There's also Patreon exclusive content going on over there. So there's reactions for X-Files, X-Men, Angel, Supernatural. We're working through Handmaid's Tale and True Blood. I think I started something else new recently and I can't remember what. But there's also live streams and film reactions and a bunch of stuff. So the link to that's in the description. Twitter, Instagram, anywhere else you can also find me is in the description. And I've also linked to my brother's band, Lyterian. All their streaming and socials, because they just dropped a new song called Music in the Melody. And it is, I haven't been able to get it out of my head. I was doing my makeup this morning singing it. And it was annoying me because I couldn't stop singing it. So if I have to be stuck in a loop with that song, I think we all should. So the link to that's down below. Please go check them out and give them a chance. They're young and unsigned. And yeah, let's go with Interview with the Vampire. Gotta like scoot closer to the screen. My eyeballs. My eyeballs were not ready for Lestat.
You can't be the only good ones out there.
That speech that Louis gave at the end of last episode might be one of my favourites we've had in the whole show. It's you and me and you. Oh. When I do reactions, it's my first time seeing the episode. My favourite thing is knowing I'm going to get to rewatch later. Do you know what it means to be loved by death?
For what Paris means to me now is very different from what it meant to me.
Paris was an awakening for Louis.
Oh, that's unusual.
Paris was a hunger.
Armand is now part of the narration.
Paris is a universe all to herself,
Macarons are
followed
bullshit,
and fashioned
cafe
by
culture
history.
is boring.
Paris was
We've
not
touched a
the
sensitive
art
topic
issue
with
at the time.
Daniel. If there is no Paris haters in the world, Daniel is dead.
Confiance en vaut plus y est si on prend du temps pour la trouver.
Je ne comprends pas. Parlez-vous l'anglais, s'il vous plaît?
Is more valuable. I saw a woman tonight.
They're trying to lay low and be conspicuous and they're sitting up on the statue like two gods.
It's custom and practice for travelling vampires to make themselves known to a local coven.
Gosh.
We didn't get that memo.
There wasn't any racism in mid-20th century France.
Oh, I
You didn't say that.
Grateful knowing no one wanted to lynch me. We've been together 77 years, Daniel.
47 more than he did with Lestat.
It's not a competition, Armand. But if it was, you'd be winning.
And yet you never made contact with him.
This is a massive fucking apartment.
5 months of anxiety-producing choices.
Théâtre des Vampires, a company that had been in existence for 150 years. The male hunted to please her, the girl suffered philosophical conversation to please him. The American vampires
Ripping pigeons off the balcony and eating their heads. What if someone had been looking up that wasn't a vampire, Louis?
Vampires with hobbies. Insanity.
The coffins are under the beds. Oh, the set design is everything.
Submission. It took my mind off things.
I just know his work would have killed on Instagram.
Can you take a picture?
I don't know. Surprise, baby. Something off. Is it coming together random? Choreographed? The metro late for him? The rain?
Sometimes I want the short answer. Thoughts?
She really said speak
You know
less.
what's coming?
Let me think I'm deeper than I am.
Is that how you sell yourself? Who are you outside of me?
I'm a photographer and a pigeon eater.
If there was no me and there was no him, who would you be?
Well, that's a
What do
lifetime
you want?
ago, and he was very different
How
back
you
then.
gonna get there?
I've triggered a memory.
No, it's Claudia. It's her journal.
And she tells you she's pregnant.
The fishing rod in the head again.
And you say, yeah, let's talk about it later tonight.
I gotta knock out another chapter. I don't know what I need.
He's dealing with this very well. If somebody was sticking their fingers around in my brain, I would fucking storm out of there. Kick a hole in the window on my way out so they can't follow me because of the beam of sunlight.
Never thought about choosing to pretend. Life hasn't been kind enough to allow me that. The dress for my body.
They kept all of Louis'
You really
photos.
shouldn't wear gloves when handling historical documents, real Rashid.
So why are these photos not in a photo album?
Time passed.
Oh my god, you have them locked in a box like you're gonna bury them.
They do not lie, but neither do they tell you a thorough story.
That's why.
Who are the young men? Vampires?
Those were our young friends.
Some are very old now, most are dead. and some we simply drained for sport. Well,
They were our friends except when we ate them.
I was an armored thing that spring. Someone steady on his feet, but
with a history of chasing the wrong kind of love.
I'll describe it myself, thank you.
Yeah, Armand has a habit of
But
talking
with
for
a
Louis,
history
and I don't
of
like
chasing
that.
the wrong kind of love.
Well, we're better
Even
to
when he's
explore
right,
who
I don't
you
like that.
are.
I would confront the Elder and make him aware of the ways rogue vampires were dealt with in Paris.
But he fell in love instead, and how could you not? Look at him! Armand is fine as fuck too,
He
though.
looked like a boy.
Layman, thinking he could fade into the landscape, it was absurd. He was alarmingly handsome in the muted lamplight.
I thought he was going to kill me.
They're remembering their first time
So?
meeting. It looks very bittersweet to them now, doesn't it? Look at them getting lost in
Broke the
memory.
ice. He said, I will not harm you.
And I never have.
I'm on the brink of tears. Yeah, he gives him the card. That was romantic and stunning, and maybe one of my favourite Louis and Armand scenes so far. But Armand's introduction in the film was so off-putting and frightening.
I found some. Well, they found me, found us.
Cattle for our nightly Sabbath.
But we were there for vampires.
We were there for Armand's fine ass. Let's be real. See, this just makes me sad, because I know I would be the pristine target audience for this theatre. I'd be like, a vampire theatre? Oh my god. And I'd be one of those strange individuals that wears fangs in eye teeth. The set design is really insane this season.
We can replicate the level of builds necessary to disrupt your tiny ship called human decency. Everything you're about to see is real. Remember that when you leave here tonight. You are all complicit.
Draco Malfoy has fallen on some dark days, but it seems like he's found his calling.
It was the first time in Paris I had seen a smile or a laugh come out of her that wasn't for my benefit.
Could you blame her? I'd be there up the front with my blood umbrella too. This is awesome. Armand is positively sweating up in them rafters. Like, is Louis enjoying it? Is he enjoying it? He is. Is he laughing? He is. Okay.
My name is Annika Roman. These people.
Louis is like, oh, you're a bunch of freaks up in here.
Vampires. This is real.
Suppose we were to let you go. Someone would have to take your place. Your husband?
A volunteer! Take me! I want to go. I want to be with the vampire. Oh, I'm so fucked in the head.
Your son? Him?
Yeah, take him instead of me. I don't give a fuck. I don't know Mr. Santa Claus there in front row. Take him.
Death awaits everyone.
I want to think about that on a Sunday morning.
Do you know what it means to be loved by death?
That's the name of the episode. I like that they kept quite close to the visuals from the film for that one scene, because it was a striking visual. Like, we came in here to look at some fun camp vampires, and we ended thinking about the inevitability of death. It's a genius setup, though. You have to give it to them. This whole idea it's a big brain move.
Waiting for you to humble us with your appearance.
We didn't even know that you were a thing. It's not our fault.
And Santiago.
You were amazing.
Santiago has a very unnerving sexual energy to him. I don't know why I'm always drawn to the most twisted of characters, but Santiago has me. I remember not liking his character from the books. Proceed with caution.
Who's your maker?
My maker?
Bruce.
He said he was from Copenhagen. We met him on the road just outside of.
Chicago.
We travelled a lot. Threw himself into a fire in front of us. Who's that handsome man on the wall up there?
Lestat de Leon Gauche.
Should have seen that coming. Did not see that.
I should have seen it coming too. I've read the
Big red
books.
flag, huh?
And yes, he was briefly with Lestat.
You bold fuck, Lestat.
100+ years apart.
They were not compatible.
You shared a
In fact, Santiago
boyfriend.
too.
Bring me the tequila and some popcorn.
Where does Lestat rank in both of your top 10 shags? That's what I want to know.
You can make up
He's got to be at least in the top 3.
That's lies.
What about Lestat?
He's 100-something-year-old painting in a frame.
They got a fucking shrine to him. What if they find out we killed him?
One of us would have to tell. That I invaded their thoughts and not one.
Not one of them.
Must be
saw
fucking
anything
tiring
other
having
than
to control your own thoughts. I would not be able to. If I was Louis, think of the feelings that would come to the surface when you look up and see Lestat's face. I can't imagine how complex that must have been for him. You can't guard your thoughts.
Those Frenchies love being vampires, and they shamed us because we never felt that way, and we fucking should. What else is there to be scared of other than your own lust? Armand? Oh yeah, felt his too. Now I know what two blood-fat cocks slapping hands feel like, so thank you for that.
Claudia! It's true, but, you know.
But seeing Lestat's portrait put me on edge.
Yeah.
I needed confirmation of his death. I'm here to know if you've heard.
And I know what you meant to our cherished client. I have no confirmation of his actual death and cannot declare him legally dead for years. This box to you.
A
It's
box.
installed in case of, well,
What's in the box? Is it another song? Is it another vinyl? Did he write him another song? Come to Me is still on loop in my fucking head. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I feel like we do need a moment to pause and process because holy fucking shit. My computer can't even handle it. My computer's like, I need a minute. And I'm like, that's fair. What they're doing at the moment with the like imaginings of Lestat is absolutely fucking genius. He's being haunted by, oh God.
Seeking revenge on the person or persons who did this. Do not give them the satisfaction of the hunt. You let treachery eat away at them from within.
He's like, but I did it.
You, all my love belongs to you. You are its keeper. A veil will now forever separate our union. And I'm always on the other side. Lestat de Lioncourt.
That's the thing about Lestat. He is so well written and so well portrayed in this that like I feel myself falling for that shit. You know what I mean? That the wording that very well might have been true once upon a time, given what happened towards the end of season 1, and given, you know, the scene in the sky where he drops Louis and how. I mean, that scene, it is one of the roughest watches I think ever. But he's so charming and so apparently transparent and sincere that I feel myself falling for it. It's dangerous. He is such an absolutely spellbinding character. Not that, you know, I'm saying that absolves him of all that he's done. He's toxic as all hell, and my God. I said it, I think it was the last reaction video I did, that he should be fucking studied. Their relationship between the two of them, it is the most transfixing back and forth.
Lestat. Love of my life, or is it more
That's what I'm saying,
rebound
dude.
of my life with you two?
it's a haunting memory Louis just shared with you.
Oh,
Alice is in her 3rd trimester. She steps in gum on the corner of Rue Palatine and Servon.
He feels hurt, so he's hurting
She
back.
makes you scrape it off just at the right moment to surprise her.
which I did.
And what did she say when you finally asked her to marry you?
In middle school, you stole your dad's Playboy magazine, sold them at recess.
Danny, I'll ask for a 3rd time.
She said no.
I'll allow Louis have this one win because Daniel has been taking stabs and quips at Louis
She
for like
wanted to say yes,
a season and 2
but
episodes.
she didn't trust you. If you're willing to ask your questions and then listen.
Yeah, he's not exactly being
You should do your
respectful,
job.
but that's Daniel's whole thing. He's a sarcastic smart ass. This moment needed to happen. It was painful, but it needed to happen.
What happened next?
They invited us for a hunt.
Louis was like, that's what I thought you fucking said.
While Santiago was hamming it up, apparently that made me persona non grata with the leading man.
Well, if you fall asleep while they're doing a production, yeah, it's going to upset the leader. Oh, he's so fine. Oh my God. So not only are we a group of vampires that like partake in theatre, but we're also part of a biker gang. Can they get any sexier? Even though they're super evil in the shit they're doing, like, yeah, eating people on stage and all, but look, I think I'm just a little bit twisted, okay? Santiago looks like a mixture of Spike from Buffy and like Lucius Malfoy. He's also got an impeccable balance. If you can shag while riding a motorbike, you should be in the circus with that kind of skill.
Put your camera away, my American friend. Be one with us.
He really said put your phone down and live in the moment.
Small firearms in the library bureau.
How is this guy not triggering Louis? He's so like Lestat.
You carry yourself well.
I like how you misheard.
We're just trying to flirt. And like, I
It's
kind of like
practice.
you. Like, I kind of like you
find
too.
myself
There's
thinking,
people being fired out of
what is
building
in there?
windows and being eaten in the background.
Been thinking the same about you. Been thinking about you often.
How bold.
Tricky.
He's
What's that?
grown in confidence.
Us.
Can you not? You're ruining
She's
our
something,
moment.
Claudia. Particularly skilled at blocking her thoughts. You must work harder on that. I could help you hone that skill.
Sure, you want to do some mindfuckery with me?
That'd be great.
Okay.
Good, because I do believe I felt some trepidation when the name Lestat was uttered.
Actually, no, none of your business. Back off.
My dear American friend, who thinks of me often and who has dominated my mind ever since I laid eyes upon him. I don't
Never
know
mind,
the
yeah.
particulars of your acquaintance with him. You can tell me when you're ready. A few of the coven can be volatile and quite unforgiving.
It's all happening so fast. 1 minute you're eye fucking some sexy vampire in a forest. Next minute you've joined a biker gang, theatre club. You're in it now, babe. And he doesn't like this kind of life. Louis is a gentle soul. I think that's why I feel for Louis so much. He's such a complex character that's so, and I know that that term is thrown around so loosely, but like it's so true when it comes to him. He's so like four-dimensional, but he's very much the character. He's like a man, you know the saying, like a man of many hats. It's like he is who he needs to be given who he is around. We saw it with Paul, we saw it with his sister, we saw it with Lestat, we see it with Claudia, we're seeing it now with Armand also. And it makes me wonder, like, who really is Louis? He's always, like, not moulded, but he's always affected or impacted by people that are around him. So, I can't wait to see where this season takes us. This is an 8-episode season, right? We're getting 8. There's so much story to tell. There's so much to happen. I love this so fucking much. I want to go back and reread the book. Like I said before, I didn't enjoy the book as much as I enjoyed the show, and I didn't particularly care for the film at all. But this does make me want to go back. Actually, you can see it there. I have Interview with the Vampire there, and then the Vampire Lestat underneath it. And I'm currently working through, or I finished Queen of the Damned, and I'm working through, what's the next one? Is it Vampire Armand? I think I started recently. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said at the beginning, the extended version, this is going up on Patreon, so the links to that are in the description down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you all soon.